Let's bring you some more analysis then on the situation in the region. Angela Diffley with me here in the studio. Angela, look, Donald Trump, we're told, is apparently reconsidering the possibility of the US invading Hague Island, which is a key hub for Iranian oil. Do you think that could happen? I mean, that would be pretty significant, wouldn't it?
It would be really significant. And all of this really signposts just how this war is in no way going to plan. That he and Netanyahu, we don't know who persuaded who, but we do know that they both absolutely underestimated the idea of Hormuz being closed, and all this stems from it. He has a few options. He has mulled all of them in the past. None of them are satisfactory. The first idea is, if they are resuming, as it appears at the moment, a bombing campaign along the lines of the one which they undertook before the Memorandum of Understanding, that really doesn't seem to be impacting Iran enough. So that option is looking not as successful as hoped. It should be noticed, Iran, we were told so many of its ballistic missiles, its missiles had been destroyed. They appear to have a lot of long-range missiles, however you look at this. The second option, of course, is invading Hague Island. That is such a difficult proposition in Washington. That would mean boots on the ground, which is something of a non-starter. It would look very much like a forever war was beginning, and it would be extremely expensive as well. That is something which is now being waved around because everything else looks so unsuccessful. The option which Trump's former defense secretary, briefly, a man called Mark Esper, has been telling a gathering in Colorado that he thinks the best option, a gathering of defense and security people, would be to resume the counter-blockade, but properly, because of last time Trump quickly panicked and did a sort of cut and run and ran out of patience. That is a very expensive option. It involves the United States keeping its ships there to stop anybody using the Strait of Hormuz to go in or out of Iranian ports. It's a very expensive option, but it might, and there was some evidence that it was already really choking the Iranian economy. And a lot of people are beginning to think that is the only way this will work, but it will take a very long time. In the meantime, oil prices are going up around the world, and oil supplies are going down. And, we know that Donald Trump doesn't have much patience. None of these options are very palatable. He's going to have to pick one of them.
Okay, so that's the American view on all of this. What about Iran? Because we've seen, despite the American attacks, Iran still has the capacity to fire drones at Bahrain, at Kuwait, at Jordan. So is it in a relatively strong position, would you say?
It clearly is relative to the mighty power of the United States. It's still there. It still has the Strait of Hormuz effectively closed. There is a danger that Iran might overplay its hand, and we do know that there is this clash within the leadership and within Iranian society between pragmatists and hardliners. We saw at that funeral, at Khamenei's funeral, there were placards saying, "Kill Trump." There is a core of supporters, impossible to say how big, a core of supporters for a very hard-line approach to the United States, that Donald Trump himself should be killed, that anything less is appeasement, that Iran should not buckle under any pressure. And there are, it seems, many within the Iranian leadership who think we have the ultimate lever here with the Strait of Hormuz, and we will not give an inch. Next to that, you have within the leadership and within Iranian society those who cannot cope any further with Iran's economy being utterly choked. They're not managing to sell their oils. Sanctions, the waiver on the sanctions that was put in place has been revoked, so sanctions are back in place. Iran cannot sell its oil. There are many within the leadership who worry that eventually this could trickle down and lead to another type of uprising. It should also be noted that China, for example, is now buying more oil from other Arab countries who have priced their oil accordingly so that it is cheaper than Iranian oil. There is always a danger that other methods will be found, that the world will find another way of dealing without the Strait of Hormuz having the huge importance it has right now, and that Iran could overplay its hand. The other thing is, if it is closed, then Iran is not getting any of its famous toll money from it either. And it's de facto closed if insurance companies feel there is too big a risk using it.